It was such a tremendous performance.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Nation News Touchline Report, brought to you by Stag Bear. Stag Bear, it's a vibe. My name is Nick Maitland, and with me today is a brand new partner. I'm here with some women energy now, female energy, to balance out all the energy on the set. I'm here with national goalkeeper Miss Rhea Holder, and she will be playing in the Women's Super League final next Sunday for Fitz Village against UE Blackbirds. But before we get to the women's action, and we have a whole lot of talk about that, we have to talk about the semi-finals in the Republic Cup, which went last Sunday. Let me tell you the results. Weymouth Wales, they defeated Wotton 3-1, and then Ellerton, they defeated Paradise 1-0. Now let me tell you about both of these games. Let me tell you about Wales and Wotton. Now, Wales, they played very well at the beginning of the game, but I think that Wotton grew into the game. Wotton had Rico Sass-Baptiste coming back, Jabari Papi-Chandler coming back, even Darian King, the international tennis player. All those guys returned for Wotton, but it was not enough. Sass had a couple of chances. I think Darian King, his battle with Akeel Hill of Weymouth Wales was a very interesting one, but in the end, it was not enough as Weymouth Wales triumphed 3-1 winners. Kimar Headley with a goal. I think the second goal was scored by Nadrea Butcher, and the final goal by Terrell Demon Donker. So 3 goals for Wales against Wotton. Brilliant game, and they are there in the final to wait for Ellerton, who beat Paradise 1-0. Now, this game between Ellerton and Paradise, I think it was decided by the guys up top and the guys in the back, the goalkeepers and the strikers. For Ellerton, Shaquille Bell, constant threat for the entire game, and their goalkeeper, Jamar Brewster, made some fantastic saves as well to keep them in the game. On the other hand, for Paradise, Armando Sugar Lashley up top, struggling for form. Mario Hart as well, the 34-year-old, coming up against the 40-year-old Ramel Burgess of Ellerton. I think that he had a tough time as well. And their goalkeeper, Jason Barber's boxer, did not have the best time in goal. Only 1 goal came from that game, and that was from the penalty spot in the 90th minute by Shaquille Bell. So, some great semi-finals, and we're anticipating even better for the final next week. So many people were there. About 3,000 persons packed into the Wildy Turf as well for those semi-finals. So people were all on the grass, people were in between the stands. It was really something to see. So spectacle on the pitch and off the pitch, and then next Sunday we'll have the great final, Ellerton versus Weymouth Wales. Remember, these two teams met in the final of the 2019 Capelli Cup. Wales got a 1-0 win on that occasion, 88th minute winner by Hayden Holligan. And here's hoping we're hoping that Ellerton can come and do one better. Ellerton, for me, best team in the tournament. Wales, though, have the best players. Best team versus the best players, we will see on Sunday, November 13th at the Wildy Turf. When we come back to Touchline Report, it's the end of my soliloquy, and we'll talk to Rhea about the Women's Super League. Welcome back to the Touchline Report, brought to you by Stag Bear. Stag Bear, it's a vibe. We're continuing our vibe here in the studio with Miss Rhea Holder. She's the starting goalkeeper for Fitz Village, the women's team, and also she's one of the goalkeepers for the national team. I would say she's the second choice goalkeeper, but I don't want to insult her by saying that. But she's one of the goalkeepers for the national team, and she's into the final. $20,000 up for grabs on Sunday. Fitz Village versus UE Blackbirds at the AstroTurf, the Wildy Turf. Now, you guys got a 4-3 penalty shootout win over Kickstart in the last round. You were, I guess, the center of that, made some critical saves. Talk us through that penalty shootout.
To be quite honest with you, right, I was very, very, very nervous, right? And when it came down to the last 10 minutes, I was just focused on, you know what, let we don't concede. Let's just do what we have to do and go into penalties. So when we went into penalties, you know, we were at the side, and Coach Hart was like talking to the players and stuff, and I was just waiting for my pep talk, because, you know, he gave me a pardon, and I was nervous and stuff. So Hart was like, when he was finished with everybody, he was just like, And you got 2 saves here, like, I ain't even worry about you, you know? And it was like, but, you know, I put golf first and it came out in my favor. You know?
Fantastic. So now this Sunday coming against UE Blackbirds, this is a really strong team. I mean, you played Kickstart, who's a strong team as well.
Yeah.
A lot of quality players there. But then with UE, and I think that I don't want to be disparaging to the other UE players, but you have 2 top players in Rihanna Cyrus and Shanice Stevenson. Do you have any plans on how you guys can stop them? What are you expecting from them? I mean, you might be kept busy on Sunday because of them. So any plans as to how to stop them?
I don't really want to review the plan per se, but to be quite honest, it's going to be a very difficult game, and we know that. We are training and trying to just put our minds there. That is all, give it all you have for $20,000 on paper. Or if I had to be a spectator to the team that you would probably want to bet on is UE, due to the fact that UE has majority of the national players, but Fitz Village, I believe that we play as a team one, and we do have past national players. Currently, we are missing one of our key players, and we came this far without her. That's Nashandi. She actually lost her dad.
Oh dear.
So we are counting on having her back and coming out with the strongest side and doing what we have to do. But ultimately, we're ready for Sunday.
We spoke at the beginning of the season, I think the very first evening of competition, all the way back in August.
So true. And
we were talking about the importance of having women's football return. Over these last 2 months, I mean, you've enjoyed being out for your team almost every Sunday. How does it feel to have all the girls back playing competition and I know strengthening the national team as a result?
It feels good, especially from my side. I can see a lot of improvement from girls that would have grown throughout the tournament. I also have seen improvement from girls from other teams. I've seen girls come out, like I would have mentioned to you earlier, that we would not have seen before.
Yeah.
Adding to what we are going back to, which is the Emerson Boys program, training for the national squad, and we could see potential in girls and injecting more females into the program that can play and not just coming out there and train, you know. So yeah.
And personally, for me, I want Hart to win the competition because I had wrote so beautifully in our newspapers that if Hart had won his semi-final for Paradise, he would have been playing in the final next week as well as coaching. So he won't be playing in the final, but Hart, I hope that you'll be coaching and win the women's final, and he will probably still go home with a little piece of change, you know. But personally, no, just between me and you, though, this money, how you gonna share the money, though? How would it be distributed, really? Players first, and then management, or management can take it first, and then?
I think players should take it first, and we'll take it first.
Okay.
And management after, but we'll see.
And we'll speak it into being that you guys will be victorious.
Very much so.
Excellent.
Very much so.
Indeed.
God.
Well, let's talk about the players of the week. Now, we had 2 great semi-finals last Sunday, and I would say Nadrea Butcher from Wales. He was lively all game, scored the 2nd goal. Nadrea Butcher is the man of the match from the first semi-final between Wales and Wotton. And goalkeeper Jamar Brewster, he was a stand-up performer in between the sticks for Ellerton against, who did they play? Paradise. Paradise did not reach the promised land at all. People consider it an upset for real.
It is.
I consider it one as well. But
and I can imagine how Sugar would have felt when the keeper saved the penalty. I actually got it sent to my phone, and I was like, you know, to be that person that missed directly after Ellerton had a penalty, from my understanding.
For me, it's about the pressure as well, because where Sugar took that penalty, you know how much people were behind the goal. Pressure. And then on the other end, the only person in front of Bell was Barbers, and the big fence behind him as well. So I think, you know, it's different circumstances, but in the end, it's more for penalties, and you have to.
I don't think keeper's a good keeper though. I find that watching him over time, he's a really good keeper.
And he's getting better.
And it didn't surprise me that he saved it, to be quite honest.
So what's your prediction for the final then? Because I think you guys will play before then. You guys will play at 6 next Sunday. And I think that final game is going to be at 8:30 p.m. So when you've done settled from a hopeful victory on Sunday, you're sitting down now, you're watching this final, Ellerton and and Wales. Who you have to win that one? We anticipate.
My prediction would be Wales on paper. And to be quite honest, I think Pete is a fantastic player.
Mario
He's one
Harewood.
you definitely have to watch. Headley seems to be in form, and I would have seen. I know that from before, so I'm glad to see that he's scoring now and getting back out there. Pot is a fantastic goalkeeper.
Yep.
I consider the best amongst the men. But Everton is a pressure team. They handle pressure well. They show up. They don't just come and, get a walkover as you would have seen. So I think that is going to be very competitive, and I don't think that you could necessarily call it, to be quite honest. Like, could go into penalties. I don't know.
It could.
But football happens on your days.
I wouldn't mind 2 hours of football.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind penalties either. As I said, I think that Everton are the best team in this tournament. From the first day I saw them play, thought they were the best team. But Wales, we cannot deny, have the best players. Best goalkeeper, probably some of the best centre back. As you said, Pete, Patty Holligan.
Names for days. They got Morris.
Headley, Morris. Even on the bench, we got Jeffrey Williams. Come on, it's just depth and quality, and I think Wales, if they win,
Miller.
I mean, if Wales win, we wouldn't be surprised. But still, I think that Everton can spring a surprise because of that strong team chemistry.
I agree.
So you'll be there on Sunday. You're gonna be there for sure because you got to play in a big final. But you'll be there watching all the guys
definitely.
as well. So as soon as your game done, go and get a seat over by the.
If I can have one, because.
Bring your chair.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was packed on Sunday and we expect it to be even more packed this coming Sunday. So go to BarbadosFA.com or go on the Barbados FA's Instagram page and you should be able to find out where you can get your tickets and reserve your seat for Sunday. Rhea, thanks so much, man. You've been a great help, great company since my good brethren has gone and left us for greener pastures. But he's a good lad and he might be back soon. So thank you so much, Rhea, for being here. Thank you for watching the Touchline Report brought to you by Stag Bear. Stag Bear, it's a vibe and we're preparing to have a good vibe this Sunday. Rest in peace to our good brother Kobe Shepherd, who passed away in unfortunate circumstances. But with no football since 2019, a lot is there to be seen. So bring out the queen and leave the machine. See you later.